What you doing, Chris?
I'm planning our route
Where are we going?
north. We're leaving Florida by boat.
Wow, that's exciting. Is that even possible? Can this boat go outside of Florida?
We aren't sure. This boat hasn't been outside of Florida in probably decades, so we'll find out soon.
Staying on the path that I've chosen, straight up. Come my way and I'll see you at the top. 'Cause something's gonna happen in this story, and I can feel it coming like the rising of the sun. Straight up. Calamity abounds and it's making me frown, 'cause humanity can't.
Again, back at Ortega Landing Marina, where we stayed last fall before we went to Sanford. It's an amazing marina, great liveaboard community.
Yeah, it's got a reputation as one of the favorites along the entire Great Loop. A lot of people just come here. Some people get stuck here and stay quite a long time. It's a great location.
Hot tub, pool, great staff.
And parties every month.
Yeah.
And, yes.
So it's an easy place to return to. Certainly loved it back being here, but a very different stay than our first one last fall.
Yeah, so we were coming back here. One of the main reasons was this was a convenient spot for us to hop off to the big RVillage Rally, where RVillage is near and dear to our hearts. We were going to be speakers there and everything else, so that was the main plan, to come here for that.
Just hour and a half trip by car?
Yeah, 2 hours, hour and a half.
Yeah.
So easy drive over to
Live Oak,
where the Spirit of Swanee Music Park was for the rally. We stayed in a cabin. We didn't have an RV with us though, but had a really great time at that rally.
And did some filming for the RVers TV show. But I think we have an RVillage rally recap coming up. So we got back, and unfortunately we both picked up, I call it conference crud.
Yeah, so we came back. Cherie was sick for the first week, and then right as she was starting to feel better, I was sick, and I was basically sick for like 10 days. You know, it's just not a pleasant illness. But this was a good place to be and recuperate and recover. And
because we've already done Jacksonville and spent 2 months here, we didn't feel like we're really missing out on anything. Yeah. Okay.
No, we did get out to the symphony once, so we actually saw a play while we were here. So we did do some fun stuff.
We saw a play while we were here? Yes, we did. We saw a musical.
A musical. A musical is a play.
Okay.
Yes, School of Rock touring show.
My mom came up for a visit. We had a delightful day exploring the Jacksonville Zoo, which really was quite impressive. How they have things set up there.
Beautiful zoo, actually one of the best we've seen. And then, of course, boat projects, because why not tackle some boat projects? And we actually got some big ones done here.
So when we were up in Sanford, we were trying to get the solar panels mounted, and the contractor we hired kind of like ditched the project last minute, and we had done a temporary installation involving ratchet straps and pool noodles.
And we got 2 of the panels up for our cruise down the river, which was great. It really cut down our generator time and let us get a taste of the magic of solar. But now, as of just over 36 hours ago or so, we now have all 4 panels very, very securely mounted with beautiful stainless, and we're sucking down the sun right now.
So huge thanks to Morgan's Metals for fitting us in the schedule and during our month-long stay here and getting it done this week just before we left. Fabulous to have that project done. And we also had Botswain's Locker, which is a local canvas maker, came over and made us some fabulous screens for all of our doors so we can finally leave the doors open.
Without the cat, we told them we need something that keeps the bugs out and the cat in, and that we can get through ourselves at will. And they nailed it. So we got all of our main doors now can be airflow and cat inside.
So really our stay here was about 2 weeks because the first 2 were recuperating after our RVillage Rally. And we're on a very different location. So when we were here in the fall, we were over on A dock, which is the same dock where the marina office is, and the hot tub and the pool and the laundry and bathhouse. Super easy access. We were using the hot tub every single night back then.
Now we're at the very, very end of C dock, which means we've got a beautiful view. We're way out here at the end.
Lots of
boats
privacy.
next to us. But it's a quarter-mile walk to the hot tub, so those like late-night spontaneous, hey, let's just take a quick dip, we hardly ever happened out here.
I think we got in the hot tub like 3 times. Now, of course, we weren't going when we were sick, so that accounts for some of it. So very
Yes.
different stay. Great privacy and solitude out here at the end of the dock. We get waked a lot, unfortunately, and I think we miss on a lot of the social side of the marina just because we didn't have people passing our boat by. So
Yeah, although we did have a lot of social here too, because there's a lot of liveaboards here. There's a lot of younger liveaboards people who are still working and working out of their boats. So we got to kind of bond over that, of like have a work day and then get together for a group cocktail and stuff.
So yeah, great. Met up with some friends that we met here and in other marinas in our journey so far. This is just a great place to reconvene with your community.
Yeah.
So,
and now we are casting off in just a few minutes. We are going up to, we're going to cross the state line.
yes,
Oh my
we are.
gosh.
So one reason we decided to go ahead and do a monthly here, and we actually extended it by 5 days, is the big MTOA National Rendezvous is happening up in Brunswick, Georgia next week. And a bunch of members came to this marina
For
and they
a
had a
pre-rendezvous, yeah.
3-day party here.
Yes, and then actually the marina threw a big luau with a band and drinks and everything to celebrate the MTOA people yesterday. And then
I don't know where I'm gonna go when the ball came across. Ramsey's moving London. I don't pay down on the sea. Supper smoke.
Sponsored by our friend Curtis Stokes,
Yep.
our broker who helped us buy our boat.
yes, and then I think at at least eight boats are cruising up to Brunswick from here today, and several others are driving up, people who live here. So we'll be seeing a lot of the same people again in Brunswick, and we're going to take 2 nights to get there.
Yep. Ideally, we're kind of thinking, we're going to hop back down to St. Augustine, and do some anchoring out in downtown Jacksonville, check out some new spots. But it's going to be a little quick trip, but it'll be good.
It's kind of fun that it's going to take us, two nights, 3 days to get up to Brunswick. It's about 95 miles of cruising, but our friends who are going to drive the Mini Cooper up for us, it's only an hour drive.
Yeah, they're going up to the rendezvous anyway, and they're driving, so it worked out perfectly that the Mini will be up there waiting for us when we get there. So we're looking
it.
forward to crossing our first state line, and why not?
There we go. We'll have to take pictures next to the sign, right?
There's got to be a welcome sign. And
Welcome to Georgia.
there's like a rest stop too where you get free peaches or something.
Yeah, so just pull right off the
gotta happen.
ICW. They've got to do it, just like highways, right?
I'm sure it works that way. All right, see you,
down the
Georgia.
road.
Thank you, Ortega Landing. Enjoy your day.
We're in Brunswick, Georgia,
We have left Florida.
and this isn't a boat. What's going on?
We did it. We actually did 3 days. We just split it up into 3 chunks.
Yeah, we
and
did for us, long cruising days. It was fun to go back down the St. Johns River and past all the big ships and all that other fun stuff. Turned up Sisters Creek, and then found what was the state park there? The something Plantation State Park. We were thinking this is going to be our first stop, and well, we were leaving on a weekend, and
that wasn't. It would have been our normal choice.
But so this is apparently where half of the boats in Jacksonville go to party on sandbars for the weekend. So it was constant speedboats shooting by, throwing up big wakes, and
So we just had lunch and weighed the anchor and continued on, and we ended up overnighting just off of Fernandina Beach. Now, the marina there is still damaged, I think, from Matthew. From
yeah,
several years ago.
they're in the middle of a massive rebuild, but it's apparently very hard to get ashore. So there used to be a like cruising boat paradise, both the marina and anchoring out. Now it is you have to know exactly how to get ashore if you want to go enjoy it, but hopefully in the next few months they should be reopening there and we'll get a chance to visit ashore. But it was actually just nice to spend a night anchored out again, and we loved that feeling of being anchored out.
Mm-hmm. And there is an anchorage in the old mooring field across from the marina where a lot of people anchor. We just went to a little creek behind where we had more solitude.
Up the Amelia River a little ways, and so it was beautiful, and it was really nice to be back at anchor. We love it. Our solar panels were making us very happy.
And crazily enough, we spotted this little river cruise ship. It was from the America Cruise Line, the Independence.
Yeah.
We saw it docked in Jacksonville. Then we saw it anchored also off Fernandina Beach. And we've been tracking our friend Sandy Wheaton, who we did Route 66 and Salton Sea with many years ago in the RV. She's now a tour guide.
It turns out she's a tour guide on that particular ship.
I've been tracking her Facebook page and seeing some of the stops they're at, and like, wait a minute, it's kind of cool. So then we cruised on.
And we crossed a state line.
Owning our boat for 2 years.
We finally left Florida.
Kiki, are you ready to go to Georgia? What do you think? Going to Georgia. See, cats are excited. What's ahead?
Cumberland Island. That's the beach straight across over there.
That's Georgia.
That's Georgia. That's the St. Mary's River. Oh, there's the Kings Bay submarine base way there in the distance.
I wonder if you see any signs of submarines?
Hard to tell.
So, we are about to cross the Florida-Georgia state line on the ICW.
Yeah, we're looking for the big welcome sign. I think that's supposed to be it right there, but it's turned off. But yeah, that's Georgia. That's Cumberland Island in front of us. This is Fort Clinch and Fernandina Beach behind us. Our first state line. And this happens to be a special anniversary too.
2 years ago today, we actually started the Great Loop in Punta Gorda, Florida. So how's that for slooping? It took
2 years for Florida.
2 years to get out of Florida. But we're doing it.
In exactly 2 years. So I wonder...
We did not plan that.
Woke up this morning and looked back. It's like, hey,
oh, wow, what timing.
And hey, look, there's the Atlantic Ocean too. We haven't seen an ocean in ages. Wow.
And then that night we anchored. Well, we did an anchorage at the main dock at Cumberland Island National Park.
Yes, and got to go ashore and explore the big burned out ruins and see all the horses. Hey, cool hat.
What is this place?
It is a big old mansion.
Whose mansion? Yours?
Yes, because National Park Service owns it now.
Whose was it?
Carnegie. Thomas Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie's brother. Oh my God, so many horses.
Wild horses.
And it's a beautiful place to walk around. You can only access Cumberland Island by boat, and this is the main national park dock. And it was a really beautiful place to get ashore and go walking in a really great anchorage because a lot of boats go there and hang out. We decided not to stay at the main anchorage. We wanted to make a little further, some more miles, and get a little bit more secluded. So we went up to
the Plum Orchard.
Plum
anchorage?
Orchard. That's one of the other mansions. There's a little national park dock there, but very few boats go there, and most people tour by land. They take a little shuttle to do a land tour. So we were the only boat there, and anchored in this teeny tiny narrow little river. And we get there and we see dolphins, alligators, wild horses were right out of off the bow of our boat.
Grazing. It was kind of cool.
It was just, this is like being in a some sort of beautiful nature documentary. It was amazing.
And we went ashore, did a little more walking, which was great. And then we did, instead of going back out on the ICW, we did the little...
Bell River, I think it was. Bell.
it's a little twisty, windy, lots of shallow spots. We just really paid attention to our navionics charts
and to the tides.
Into the tides, and got through there just beautifully. It was really tranquil, a great little cruise. And then there was St. Andrew Sound.
Our first kind of big open water sound of the East Coast that we've done.
So there's a huge sandbar that goes out the middle of it where the ICW converges, and to get around it, you basically have to go out into the ocean and turn around. And
or there's like a back way around, long detour inland through some canals that you can only pass at high tide. So
this is a crossing where you time for good weather, because if the winds are hitting the right way, it's just really, really uncomfortable apparently. But yeah, we got some.
We had great weather.
We had some pretty big waves that for us.
You're heading out to sea, Cherie. You want to get a ground on a sandbar in the middle of it. First big sound.
Inland coastal cruisers.
We're going like this. Whoa,
I just powered through it. We got through it. It was fine. Kiki did get seasick, which she doesn't normally do.
Yes, it was very unpleasant for her. She was like, "What? No! I like this flat water stuff." But
we got through it, and then as soon as we got out to the channel marker and made the turn, it was instantly smooth and glassy again.
It was fascinating watching the depth center, because we were going from 80 feet deep to like 7 feet deep. Because that sandbar really is narrow, and it just goes from waves to no waves as you go across it.
And then the next passage would be going through the ICW at Jekyll Island, and there's some notorious shallow spots there, and they are currently at the time dredging to improve that. So it's a very narrow channel, and you have to navigate around the dredging equipment. So we wanted to do it on a rising tide.
So we got there at low tide, and we'd planned this. So there's a little anchorage right there at the beginning of the channel, right by the Jekyll Island Marina, where our friends happened to be. So we were like, we're going to anchor here, wait for the tide to rise a bit, and we had a great time hanging out and having lunch with our friends.
Yeah, we just dinghied and tied up next to their boat, and then had lunch, waited out tides, caught up with them. They had just done the St. John's River cruise after us, so it was fun hopscotching.
Comparing notes and
with
stuff.
Sue and Gary. And then
we did the Jekyll Island, finished it.
No problem.
No problem at all. You could definitely. We've been back to Jekyll Island by car. We could see just how shallow parts of it are at low tide, because you could almost walk across. But with the rising tide, it was no problem. Circled around, went under the big bridge, and came into Brunswick Landing.
And then attended the MTOA Rendezvous with a reminder that it's Marine Trawlers Owners Association. We are not a trawler, we're a motor yacht, but we started our search with trawlers and really liked the community, because it's more about the lifestyle of cruising than it is a specific journey.
Right.
And so we're meeting a lot of extended cruisers, people who've owned boats for a very long time.
It's
very educational.
It is a great community. They put on a nice event, and there were so many door prizes. I think everybody won at least 3 door prizes. So,
and we did win the grand prize.
We happened to win the grand prize. We gave it away to our friends, who are the ones who helped us. People always ask us, how does the Mini Cooper move? Well, we've done another video on that, but they're the ones who brought our Mini Cooper up to...
They were driving up anyway, so it was an hour drive. But
our former Mini Cooper.
Yes, because now our Mini Cooper is replaced with a Winnebago.
So, now to explain this.
So, to stay 5 nights at the Brunswick Landing Marina with the MTOA discount for the event, it would have been close to $400. For an event, that's not bad.
Yeah.
But the monthly marina rate was like just under $700. So, of course, we took the monthly rate.
We figured we could always leave early.
Exactly, if we didn't like it. Or if we felt called to move earlier. And Brunswick... This marina is right downtown in the historic area, and Brunswick itself is a cute little downtown.
And it is a hub for probably one of the most vibrant cruising communities we've run across yet. This is a kind of a well-known cruisers mecca. It's a huge marina, and a lot of people live aboard or come seasonally, and so it's a very social marina. There's happy hours 3 days a week.
Sponsored by the marina, where they provide the alcohol. They have a great community center, but it's also a hurricane hole, because it is the most western marina on the entire East Coast. So it's...
A lot of hurricanes dodge it.
And you do have storm surge there that you contend with, but it's floating dock, so it does really well with that. And because it's north of the Florida border, a lot of insurance policies allow you to keep your boat there for hurricane season. So it's got a lot of going for it, and it's like over 300 slips and a lot of people who are there living aboard.
So while we're at this marina, we're meeting all these people and stuff. Every time we're walking back and forth this very long marina, we're walking past this really cool Travato, which was exactly the kind of Class B van we were looking for, and it was always moving in and out. So we knew whoever was using it as their daily driver, which is exactly what we wanted. So we're like, we need to meet this person, and we shared that at a happy hour.
And serendipity intervened. He happened to be wanting to sell, but was leaving soon, so didn't want to market it yet because he was just going to put it in storage and try to sell it later. It just all worked out. So, and we sold the Mini Cooper to
all on the same day
to friends in the area, and it all just worked out. So we are now standing at Blythe Island County Park, but it's just a 8-mile drive. We can actually see the marina right over.
So we are on Blythe Island for our first trip in our new camper van, and well, it was a very far trip because you see right over there is the masts of our marina sticking up in Brunswick. It was all of a 8.8 mile drive, or about 2 as the crow flies to get here.
So big trip.
Big trip, but it's actually really nice to be back under trees.
And it's a nice campground.
Very nice.
2 miles away for our shakedown cruise. Yes. I can't really call it a cruise.
Everything's a cruise. Life's a cruise. But yeah, so now we have, instead of a Mini Cooper as our daily driver get-around vehicle, we have a Travato van, which is basically a Ram ProMaster. And it seems to be working for that. And now we're on we just did our first 2 nights of camping. It's a great break from the boat. Mm-hmm. And wow, lots of stuff is changing.
So that's the update to where we are now. We're probably going to be in Brunswick for a couple more weeks. We might do another shakedown
camping trip
before we leave. And then our friends locally will temporarily store the camper for us until we get to our next port.
Yeah, we'll probably start going north as our general guess, but we kind of plan in Jello, so...
And in sand drawn at low tide.
Yeah, so maybe we'll end up in Savannah next, but we'll see.
Who knows? We'll see you at the next stop.
Bunnies here.
So what is it, guys, with you and bunnies? Yeah. We create these videos just for fun. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Your enthusiasm helps inspire the next one.